Hi, I'm Sarah Scott and welcome back to the Off the Pole podcast, episode 21. My guest today is the incredible Tiff Finney, who is a true pioneer in our community for leading the charge on self-love. Her performance and teaching skills have earned her an army of fans, myself included, and if you're ever lucky enough to be in an event where she's MC, you will certainly be in for an entertaining evening. We talked about her own journey and finding her own style, and if there's such a thing as being too confident. Enjoy.
Welcome, Tiff Finney. I did actually just try and start it, and then she was like, wait, question. So we had to do it again. So hi, Tiff Finney, probably for the third time I've said hi now, but it's fine.
Hiya!
And
You alright?
I'm all right. Can you show everyone your tits? Because you're wearing one of my tops. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, and the leggings too.
Double wet. I just fell over trying to do it.
You covered it well. It's fine.
Nice.
And how are you doing, my gorgeous creature? Oh, yeah. I'm not even wearing off the pole wear. I feel bad. I should be branded.
You suck, mate.
I know. Oh, well. So how's life? How is everything in Tiff Finney's world?
Oh, good. Just keeping on at it. I've got loads of workshops from around the UK constantly this year, and we've got an intensive pole weekend this weekend. Just trying to keep on dancing as much as I can, because I feel like sometimes I don't get enough time. Yes,
this is very true. I think there's a big misconception with people who are like professional pole dancers that we just hang out and train and dance all day, when in fact it's like completely the opposite. We actually get like a little like hour snippet where we record as much as possible and then just throw that on Instagram for the next month. So.
Yeah, the idea is that you record within a half an hour period and that'll last you for 2 weeks.
Yes. Sometimes even changing outfits midway through the training session to make it look like you've actually trained more often than you actually have.
That's exactly it.
I did say that the other day to someone and they were quite shocked.
Inside the reveal.
I know, we shouldn't really say that really, but oh well.
So
it's been out now.
It's sounding pixelated.
You disappeared. You disappeared for a minute, but you're back. I'm in Thailand, so my Wi-Fi is probably terrible. So we're just going to see what we can capture. We may have to do this again, but I don't mind.
And are you having a nice time?
I'm having a good time. Yes, a very, very nice time. It's nighttime here, which is where the curtains are drawn, but I'm glad we got a little bit of time to chat.
Back to me.
Yeah, enough about you. So yeah, I did want to get you on to talk a little bit about some of the posts you've been putting up on Instagram and Facebook, a lot about self-confidence. You've got the You Are Enough kind of movement that you've created. So I wanted to kind of maybe get a little bit of insight about when that started. Maybe was there always this desire for you to put that out into the world, or is it something that you've had to develop yourself and then felt that it was a good message to start sharing?
Yeah, I think, like 10 years ago, I was so insecure. It was insane. I just couldn't appreciate anything about myself, and I just didn't like myself at all. And then one day I just had this epiphany where you see when you've got a boyfriend and it's getting serious and it's all exciting, and then things start to become normal, and then you think, well, I can't be all things for this person. So I was thinking, I can't be tall like a supermodel and cute and petite. I can't have really long, luxurious hair and like a really cool, like pixie crop. Just thought you can't possibly be all of those things. And I was thinking, men just like everything, and you can't be all of those things. So instead, no matter what you do, how much surgery you buy, or whatever it is that you do, it's never going to be everything. Mm-hmm. So I thought, Jesus, what is the point? Like, instead, I should just go, cool, well, I've got these things, and then I can just appreciate the opposite things on other people, because you ain't never gonna be all of those things. And like, why should you need to be? And then I realized that I was putting value on things based on what men would think and what men like and what men want. Men all the time. And it's like, why? I'm not even sleeping with them. Like, why am I trying to look nice for them? Like, what the fuck is the point? And then it was just like an epiphany. I don't need to be all these things. I can just have what I've got and enjoy that, and then appreciate the things that I don't on other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, easy as that. Just, it's easy as simple as that, you know.
And so this was about 10 years ago. Was this before or after you started Pole?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just had a message come through off Chili Rocks.
Is that shareable or is it not?
Well, it's just Willy Cakes. There's like a big festival of Willy Cakes, and I think she wants us to go.
Of course she does. Where is this Willy Cakes festival? I didn't even know there was such thing.
I don't know. Well, I've not clicked on yet, so
we shouldn't really be reading messages.
It might be local.
Well, yeah, maybe it's a Glasgow thing. Everyone's now like, they're switching off the podcast and Googling Willy Cakes Festival, and you've just ruined it for everybody.
I would understand. But I'm so sorry. We were talking about something really important then, weren't we?
Probably not. Now we're talking about something important. Willy Cake Festival. Is there anything more important? I don't think so. Willy Cake is so specific as well. Like, not just like a Willy festival, but a Willy Cake festival.
Absolutely. It's all fully edible and it's just cake.
Just baked goods in phallus form.
Absolutely. With well-placed icing.
Thank you for the hand gesture for those reading. For those just listening or just reading.
I'm so sorry. I can't do under 18, Sarah. I can't do it.
No one said this was under 18. You let fly. You do whatever you want. It's fine. So yeah, what were we talking about before? Oh yeah, before or after Pole? Did you have this epiphany, Tiffany? Before or after Pole?
Love it.
Hey.
It was after.
After
it was
Pole.
After. So, hang on. How old was I? I was 20. It was. So what I did was, I actually tried stripping. So it was like, kind of, and I started pole class just after stripping. And the reason why I did stripping is that I wanted to feel good about myself, and it was just this like big challenge that I had where I was like, fuck it, just try it, and it was brilliant. I had like a great time, and it made me genuinely think, God, my body, like I could do what I want with it. And then when you kind of know that men are into that, you go, oh, men are into it, so what, big deal. Now I can move it the way that I want to. So it was like amazing for that. And I went to my first pole class, and it was just instant. It was like, wow, like wait, you can do something that would turn a man on, but then when you know that you can do that and you have that ability or you have that power, that's when you go, oh, I want to use it for that. It's so far beyond that. You just think, well, that's great. I mean, that's not going to pay for me dinner, is it? That's not going to make me want to get out of bed every day. No. So it's just pole itself, like it's you doing it and you being able to do this amazing shit with your body, which I hadn't felt since I played football when I was younger. So that was like the first time since then. It's mint.
I think it's quite ironic, really, that most people get into pole, I think, or people looking from the outside think people do pole to please the opposite sex and try and do it for something, for their partners and things like that. But it actually turns around and flips around just to be completely about them.
It really does.
And nothing about other people. So I think that's the most ironic thing about pole, really, is that people can get it completely wrong.
Yeah. It's entirely for the self. I think when you feel... And it's this thing, people say that you can't be empowered if you're a pole dancer. I've seen, and I love comedy, but David Mitchell said this, and I was always a huge fan of his. And then he said, he didn't really think that you could be empowered as a pole dancer. And he said, no, you can, because when you realise that you could do something, is appealing or really alluring to somebody of the opposite sex or someone of the same sex, that's when you go, oh, great, well, I have that power. So then it stops being important. When you have, like, when you feel like you're in control of something, it stops being as important to you. It's the things that you don't have power or control over. They're the things that you think about. So then with pole training, you start thinking about, how am I going to get stronger, get fitter? How am I going to come up with this routine, create something new? That is what you're trying to control and win and do well at. So being able to turn a guy on, big deal. It's boring. You know what I mean? It's like, when I pole dance on stage and it's all, I've got these boobs and have fun and I'm playing about, but nobody's getting a boner from that.
I mean,
you know
I do.
Clearly.
An intern,
like
a spiritual boner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. The spirit boner. Oh my God, I wonder if you could make cakes for those.
Spirit Boner Festival. I'd go to that.
And next.
It's just any kind of cake festival with phallus or is on the list of this. Oh, definitely. I don't know why we're going to keep having to refer back to that now. It's always going to come back to that.
I know. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to have to happen.
Yeah, I want to go. But do you find obviously it was very it was a eureka moment for you. You found it quite a clear cut eureka moment. But have you found, because you obviously run a studio now, very successful, you have done for many years, do you find that people come into your studio and struggle with that transition? Or do you find that it's literally, if they're encouraged along that pathway, they will get there? Or is it something that some people might have to actively, consciously decide to start trying to feel that way?
Yeah, everybody's different. You see, some people, you can see that spark from the first class, let it go. And then the next class is like a different person has walked in. And then some people, it's an ongoing thing. So people that are, say, in the more advanced classes that have been with me for years, they're still working on it, but you see that they have it and that they've come a huge way, but they still don't fully believe it yet.
Do you have things that you try and encourage them to do or think about to help them along that way? Because I know a lot of what you teach in your workshops and stuff is very much about confidence building, and that's obviously how you teach. But are there kind of any tips that you could share that would help people who can't necessarily get to one of your workshops?
So I don't think I necessarily teach or do any talks about confidence during workshops. It's more, let's have fun in the workshops. And I think when you take pressure, that pressure thing out of the workshop, that's when it becomes fun and you're not thinking about it so much and you just give it a go and it's fall over, who cares? At least you're trying. So I think, with the students, I just say, just try it. But sometimes you have to know when they're not ready to go all out, and you've got to allow them to take things in their own pace. Not everybody's me. Not everybody is just whipping the top off every 2 seconds, just to make people laugh. But I just don't give a shit. I think it's because age helps as well. And you get some people that are younger and they're just not there yet. And I think you can't force it out of people or make it this huge deal and say, we need to get you confident. You have to do this now. If you do this, you'll be... Because then it's going to be stifling, I think, for some people. So you have to take people as you find them. You can tell straight away in someone if they've got that naughty glint in their eye. Yeah. You know they want to twerk and slam off the ground. You know it's in them straight away. So with those people, all you've got to do is show them some floor work, some floor hoarding, and they're on it. And some people just got to take your time, just working up to wearing heels. You just got to say, look, you can do this in your own pace. It's your life. Only you live in your mind. So you trust yourself to know when you can just start doing that a little bit more. You just got to be there for them, for their pace.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think if you started to say people like you should be feeling really confident, they're going to start to feel like really like anxious about the fact that they're not feeling confident, and then underconfident about the fact that they haven't necessarily found their confidence yet. So it might be a bit of a vicious circle.
Exactly. It's one of the most difficult things in the world is to get confidence when you have barriers, and barriers that have been put up, not just because of you, but from outside influences like media and other friends and family and strangers even. So it's one of the most difficult things in the world to break that down when it's been there for a lifetime.
Yeah, like confidence a lot of the time is seen as arrogance or being like loud or attention seeking or, you know, narcissistic. Like there's a lot of like negative words that come along with people who are outwardly confident in a very like weird social media situation where we're all like half the time we're encouraged to be posting and sharing everything. But then if you do, you're like slapped back by society being like, I can't believe she posted that and I can't believe she's sharing all this stuff. It's like you can't really win a lot of the time. So it's a difficult like rocky road.
So I wrote a blog a few years ago about being sexy, and it's and confidence. So see that you know the phrase like, oh, they're too confident. What? You're too confident. You're only allowed to be confident to a certain point.
Anymore.
And then after that, you're an arsewipe. And it's like, what? Because I don't hate myself, I'm not allowed to be liked by other people. And you know, it's awful because that word, too, shouldn't be able to come in front of the word confident. Yeah. It's just backwards to me, and that's the thing. So ever lightly people struggle with getting confidence because they don't know where the ceiling is. They don't know what that limit is. So they think, well, I can't be too confident, but I don't know where that. I mean, you can't win. And the thing is, though, you live your mind. Only you live in your life, and you can be confident and a good person, you know. You can't be too confident. As long as you aren't just an arsehole, like a bad person, and disguise it as confidence, you know, obviously that's a different thing. But if you've got self-esteem, that is the one thing that will make your life mean something, it'll make it worthwhile, because as I keep saying, only you live in your mind. So when you get to the end of your life, can you just imagine just going, oh, I should have just done that. Who's thanking you for not doing things that can bring you joy or make you feel good? Nobody.
Yeah. And half the time it's just normally a reflection of someone else's limitations that they're putting onto you, and like they don't want to do it, so they don't think other people should, so that they're going to feel better about the fact that they're not doing it. So I think that was a big thing for me when I realized, like, okay, so you're not going to please everybody. Some people are going to hate the fact that you're doing well because they may be not doing well. Some people are going to hate the fact that you're confident because they're not confident. Other people just aren't going to like you. That's fine as well. Yeah. It's like you can't please everybody, certainly not. As you said earlier, you can't be everything to everybody. So just like find your circle, do your thing, and then crack on. Nothing actually bad happens if you just get on. No one actually really cares what you're getting up to.
Nobody cares. That's something, another thing that say. Nobody actually cares about you, and you mean that in the nicest way. And I say this to my girls that compete when they're really just like, oh, I'm gonna go on stage. Say, mate, nobody cares, right? So, you mean that in the nicest way. They're not waiting for you all day. They're not going to be thinking about you all day the next day. They're not going to be wondering what you've been through to get there. They're just going to see you on stage and they'll go, that was cool, that was brilliant, and they'll love it. Or if it goes really badly, they'll just forget about you because they've got a life to live as well, just as much as you have. It's that nobody cares. So you might as well just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then it's like you were saying about the, you know, it's a representation of other people's limitations. It's like every person is almost like a red flag. So, like you said, if you're successful and somebody that's, you know, having a bad time doesn't like you because of that success, it's just because you're a big red flag going, I'm successful, you're not. I'm skinny, you're not. Yeah, I get up in the morning, you don't. You know, and it's just, it's not the person that we're hating. It's just, you know, we recognize failures. It's like a mirror for a failure, but everybody's different and everybody has all of these things. It's just this unnecessary pressure that we put on ourselves.
Definitely.
We just don't need to.
I think and social media is like a blessing and a curse. I think I've talked about this it does get brought up a lot on a lot of these podcasts, and obviously it's in our life every day, in our hands, like thrown in our face all the time. Like social media is fantastic because it opens things up. We can share podcasts like this. I can talk to you from different countries and it's fantastic, and we can be inspired by each other. But also I think it puts a huge amount of pressure, and I think I've mentioned, I probably just talk about the same shit in these podcasts all the time, but we're human beings that aren't meant to have interactions with more than 150 people. Like, our brains can't cope, and we're not meant to agree with everybody or get on with everybody. Like, that's our limit. So if you're, you know, got thousands of friends on Facebook, or even 200 friends, that's almost too many for you to handle. That's why if you need to just like take a step back, realize it's not real life, realize people have their own shit to deal with, and you don't need to put a post up that day, or you don't need to do like the best performance of your life. And if it does go wrong, it's not the end of the world. And if you don't get that trick before that person, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's good to be dedicated. It's good to care about your work and your passion, like Pole. But I think people do put a lot of pressure on themselves about where their level is in comparison to other people. And that really knocks their confidence. And it's actually a shame, because Pole should be, say, like empowering and fun, and use it as a way to feel better about themselves, not feel worse. And I see that quite often now, as people actually just get really down about doing Pole because they're like, oh, I've been doing it a year, but
I see that all the time.
I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm like, it's a year. It's like no time. It's a blip. Like, no time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're totally right. I feel like people are less confident now with Pole than they ever were. Before, you know, back when we had Carol Helms on YouTube.
Shout out, Carol.
You know, and then shout out, Carol. That was incredible. And then the whole social media thing exploded after that. I think before, all you had was your peers, really, in a Pole class. And that is just you going, way to everything. You know, you could fart and get a cheer. And then now it's like, yeah, that's shout out Heidi Hildersley.
I was going to say. She still gets a cheer for farting, I'm sure.
I know, it's terrible. And then now it's the community is humongous, which should be amazing. But I think people are less confident than ever. And actually, you should use it as an opportunity to say, God, Pole's diversified so much. And I can reach so many people that even if a few people like what I do, they're like, yeah, go you, go you, go you. You don't have to be like the creator of this or the creator of that, or to get the move first. Just do it in a nice outfit with a nice background, get an app, put a cool filter on it. You're done. Yep. Your work for the week is done. And you can feel good, and then behind closed doors you can fail some tricks, and failing is succeeding, because every time you fail, you're closer to succeeding. But you don't have to put that bit online if you don't want to.
No.
But then people love to see a journey.
They do. And you can just always share it to Pole Rolls if it all goes wrong.
Exactly. Oh my God, I keep being featured in Pole Rolls, so I think my life is more failure than success. But come on, you're a Pole Roll. That's good.
That's a success
like
in
immensely
itself.
Proud of it. Absolutely.
You put a video up recently. We've been following your journey of your flat back syndrome that you've got, which is very frustrating for you because you put a lot of work into going to the gym. Posterior pelvic tilt.
Yeah.
But then you did a really good follow-up video where you were like, this is what I'm working with, but this is all the cool shit I can do with it. And you were like, it's not maybe the stuff that you would expect that I can even do, but actually I can make it look really good. And I still have this issue on top of that. So you were doing splits and looking bendy and doing all sorts of stuff. So you could see just because you have this issue doesn't mean that you shouldn't even bother to attempt any of those things. You can actually make it look really, really good. Just work some angles Exactly. Work to your strengths is such a benefit. I think I was talking to some students this weekend and I was like, I can't do this. List it off a million things in Pole that I cannot do and will never do. And I don't care. Not even a little bit. Not bothered. Not even slightly interested.
What I do for people is I do an extended butterfly, and it is honestly horrific. Because I'm just, oh no, I bet it's really good. I bet it's really good. Oh, you're just playing. You're just trying to make us feel better. And I do it, and they go, oh. And nobody actually films it or takes a picture because they know I won't want to see it. And it's hilarious because I just find it funny. I love the fact that it looks so terrible. There's just something about it. And I just find that funny. That's just part of Pole. Why should we be good at everything?
Yeah,
just have a laugh.
Exactly. And just don't do those things. And you should obviously try and improve on stuff you're bad at. I'm not just saying just do the stuff you're good at, but also accept the fact that some things just aren't going to work with your body type, your structure, your flexibility, your lifestyle. It just some things just don't work. It's just a metal piece of apparatus that we move around. You're not going to be able to do every single culmination of movement on that thing. So
so for instance, I don't really do a lot of spin pole at all, and it's because you find gorgeous poses on spin that I just really love to watch, but I don't look as good as I want to when I'm doing it. It's good to do them because I enjoy having a go, but when I look at it back, it doesn't look great. So I love to use static pole because I like to move.
Yeah,
and
you're very dynamic.
Take this, take that, take that, take that. And that's what I love to do. So I just do that all the time. And then when I do a guest performance, I just say, can I have them both on static, please? Thank you.
Or I'm just going to be doing some floor work and a little bit of static. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
it's no big deal.
No, I think most people, they think that, especially if you're a professional pole dancer, that you can do everything and that we all share all the latest trending tricks and that we were oh yeah, I can just, I tried that straight away and I could do it. There's tricks that are intermediate tricks that I'm nah, I'm not even going to do it. It's just not in the realms of my repertoire, and that's fine. I don't enjoy teaching them, I don't enjoy doing them, so I don't do them. So I don't worry about it. No one has to see them.
And exactly, and I think people should just employ the same thing where you just do the things that you enjoy. It's like we were saying before, train the things that are your weak points that you want to improve on, strength. Train, try and get stronger. That's a good thing because that's when you achieve something like that and you can measure progress.
Yeah.
Getting a bit further this week. That is amazing for your confidence. That's a wonderful thing, you know.
Overcoming little challenges, seeing improvement. Yeah, that's all amazing.
Satisfaction. Mm-hmm. That sense of satisfaction, and it's that gives you that, that John Travolta swagger when you're off to get your milk. That's what gives you that. So it's so good to do. Well, it's a good walk, mate. It's either that or the bill.
Well, the walk is good. It's just only to milk or other beverages?
Oh, your other beverages, mate. I was like, I thought I'll just say one and that should cover it all. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll be here all day.
Very true. I'm just being awkward, sorry.
Red wine.
Yeah, that's better, thank you. I can swagger to my wine when I do.
And you can tell no matter where I move my walk, girl, was made. No time to talk. That's what happens when you get your first deadlifts.
Definitely. That's what I did, for sure.
Are you there?
Oh, we're back.
Have you gone? It just went silent.
I'm back. This Wi-Fi is terrible. We're fighting through it, though. I did have a question from someone in the Off the Pole group, from Georgina Watson. She wanted to know, how did you find your style? She did it in these, the quote marks. I don't know.
Well,
it's so unique and I love it. I should put that in.
Ah, thanks, mate.
Nearly left out the compliment. Sorry.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. So I think in terms of pole, definitely Nadia Sharif and Anne-Marie, just like right from years and years ago, I saw Nadia and I watched her dance and I was like, oh, that's what it can look like? Are you shitting me? Just couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was just incredible. And then Anne-Marie, the way she like moves, the way she looks at people, it's just how self-assured she is. So like, I think just right from the early days, I was just obsessed with the pair of them. Mm-hmm. Absolutely loved them. But then I've been, I think, influenced by a lot of things. So have you seen like Police Academy?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Callahan.
Amazing.
Blonde hair, the red Adidas trackies, just the way that she looked. Dave Fond it with like high leg. The legs so high, it's like the pants looped up to here. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, what a woman. What a woman. See it like Tina Turner just watching and your private dancer. Yeah, watching her move. I just love watching people and women just that are in control of the body. See Pammy run down a beach slow-mo. If you aren't inspired by that, who else makes a career out of running that slow?
Yeah. Homework, everyone needs to go on YouTube, Pammy, running slow, and then go pole training and just see what happens. I think everyone's going to be... everyone's going to be seeing a big increase in motivation. Yeah. I want everyone to report back and tell us what they got after doing that.
You're welcome, guys. You're welcome.
Training tips.
If you watch one thing today, watch this.
I want someone to come back and be like, I got my spatchcock for the first time. Who knew that was the answer to doing it?
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I hope so. But get clothes. I love clothes. I love expression with clothes. Wear whatever you want. And that gives you a swag when you're on the pole and you're playing. So I would always say, dress up.
It's like a different character.
Dress up.
It's like getting out of your, like, I always think I've got like a bit of a teaching brain. Like if I walk into a classroom, you're like, right, let's get the class started. You have like a teaching brain on, and then you kind of almost become like a slightly different person, like a teaching persona where you're like really full of energy. Like even if I'm super, super tired, as soon as I'm teaching, I'm like full of energy and like just ready to go.
Yeah.
And then if you wear a certain outfit, like I think if you're wearing like kind of quite like, you know, like cold clothes, or it's quite drab and you've just come maybe from like work and you go to your studio, I feel like a bit like, But as soon as you put like a pole of shoes on or like a new outfit, then you could be like, it just, you almost...
A pole of shoes?
A pole of shoes, a new pair of shoes.
All right, okay.
Or a pole of shoes. That could be a thing.
But no, absolutely. It does make a difference.
Your outfits are something else, though. I don't think I've got quite the creative brain to wear some of your outfits. I'm just like, I'm just gonna buy an outfit and wear it from like a pole shop and you like get like pull loads of different random things together. Like you had a hula hoop in your one of your shoots, and didn't you wear a hat? It's like you were wearing it like
it just looked better as a neck brace. So
that's what you did, yeah. So like cool shit like that. But it looks amazing. Like I don't think anyone can pull it off quite like you can. But
see, I think everybody can.
I'm gonna start wearing
do it.
Stuff. I'm just looking around like, what could I wear as a neck brace? Like a pillow cushion. Or... What's that?
You have a lampshade. You have a lampshade behind you.
Hat. Or you'd probably wear it as a wrist cuff and do something cool with it.
Exactly. A wrist cuff. That's exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We've got this.
Thanks, babe.
How cool are we right now?
Oh, this Wi-Fi is failing us, I think, now. It's getting all jumpy.
Is it?
And
it sounds okay.
It does sound okay. And I think it's recording slightly better than I'm seeing on the screen. But we're nearly at 40 minutes. See, I told you it goes quick.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yeah, see, it goes quick.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
But,
is there anything else that I...
Well, so we'll have to probably get you on again. One, when I have slightly better Wi-Fi, and two, that we can just chat more because you're fantastic and I love you so much. But thank you for coming on and sharing. Oh, thanks. Thank you for coming on and sharing some of your wisdom, the Pammy trick, and the other things that we've managed to cover in 40 minutes.
Go off the pole! Go off the pole!
Thanks for wearing my clothes and making them look amazing as always. You're a star.
I know, I like it.
Oh, look at that.
That's the one that the beauty kids do.
The beauty kids?
Yeah.
This?
I've seen it.
Is it?
Yeah, to the judges.
You can like touch.
Next time if someone does that to me, Axel will get extra points. Noted.
I hope everyone's listening to that. And you're at Dance Filthy soon? Are you judging or comparing?
Yeah.
Or comparing.
Comparing.
You've got to be comparing.
Comparing. I think I'm definitely the one to compare that one, I think. I'm definitely the one for that. Are you going to be there?
No. Because Stacey always books me experts. It's like she doesn't want me to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, right, okay.
Have a word.
Yeah, I think she's probably doing that on purpose.
Yeah. But, no, I think I'm going to do the Northern one maybe and definitely be at Pole Weekender, which is the best.
Yeah, and Pole Theatre?
I'll be at Pole Theatre. All the usuals. We all just meet up at these Stacey run events throughout the year.
Yeah, is there an event that she doesn't run?
I don't think so.
No, she owns us all.
She does. And we love her for it. Indeed.
Absolutely. I need it. Take me.
Awesome. Right, well, I will let you go. But thank you very much. And I will speak to you soon. And hopefully the video turns out okay.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Goodbye. Bye.
I'm already planning when I can get her back on for more. Hope you enjoyed that. And if you want to follow up on anything we discussed, please check out the blog transcript on the Off the Pole website, where I'll add all the links along the way.